Students, today we are going to start the 7th chapter of biology, that is about the bioenergetics. Bioenergetics is what? It is actually the study of energy relationships and energy transformation. Transformation means the conversion of energy, and that's taking place in the living organisms, means in the plants as well as in the animals. In the case of bioenergetics, the organism mainly obtained energy by metabolizing the food. There is the breakdown of food particles, and through this, the organisms can obtain their energy, or they can prepare their food. Food contains the potential energy in their bonds. There are potential energy in their bonds, and when these bonds are broken down, then the large amount of kinetic energy is released, and this kinetic energy is being used by the organisms for working and for growth. So some of the energy is also stored in the form of potential energy and in the form of ATP. So this is about the bioenergetics. Now, what is the oxidation reduction reactions that takes place in the living organism? Actually, this oxidation reduction reactions are about the oxidation and reduction. As you know, the loss of electrons is oxidation and the gain of electrons is reduction. So for all life processes, the oxidation reduction reactions, or these are also called as the redox reactions, are direct source of energy. So redox reaction involves the exchange of electron between the atoms, and these electrons help the organisms involving the loss and gain of the hydrogen atoms, and these hydrogen atoms contain one proton and one electron. It means that when a molecule loses a hydrogen atom, it actually loses an electron, means that oxidation occurs, and when it gains an hydrogen atom, it means it actually gains an electron. That is called as the reduction. So during this, what happened, that reduction of carbon dioxide needs the energy and we get the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen from the foodstuff. This oxidation of foodstuff is actually to release the energy, and the storage of energy is in the form of ATP, and this ATP is being formed when the phosphates are present in the food gets interacted with the ADP already present there. And the transformation of energy to perform, it is being used to perform different works like the active transports, like the metabolic maintenance, like the chemical synthesis, and as a result the heat will release in it. The next thing is about the ATP, that is the cell's energy currency. How does ATP act as the cell's energy currency? So remember that ATP was discovered in 1929 by Carol Lohmann. The ATP is actually the major energy currency of the cells, and it is considered as the main energy source for the majority of the cellular functions. So like synthesis of the macromolecules. Macromolecules means the DNA, RNA, and proteins. Then the movement, transmission of nerve impulses, the active transport taking place in the plant, especially in exocytosis and endocytosis. So we can say that the ability of ATP to store and release energy is due to its molecular structure. If coming towards the structure, you can see in this figure that each ATP molecule has a 3 subunits. The number 1 is the adenine. This is a double ringed nitrogenous base. Then a ribose, 5 carbon sugar is present here. Then a phosphate, 3 phosphate groups in a linear chain, in a straight chain is present. If one of the phosphate group is removed, it gets converted into ADP, and if the phosphate is added over here, it is called as ATP. And when one phosphate is removed from here, at that time the energy will be released. So ability of ATP to store and release energy is due to its molecular structure. Each ATP molecule, you come to know that it has a 3 subunits, adenine, then 5 carbon ribose sugar, and phosphate groups. The covalent bond that are present between the 2 phosphate is actually it is a high energy bond, and this bond, a lot of energy is released when this bond is break, and the breaking of one phosphate bond releases about 7.3 calories per mole of ATP. So ATP also plays a central role as an energy currency in all organisms. It must have appeared in the history of life. So coming towards the next topic, that is about the photosynthesis. What happened in photosynthesis? Actually, photosynthesis is the synthesis of glucose from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. And if we see it's another example, what is it? That photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that takes place inside a plant, producing food for the plant to survive. Carbon dioxide, water and light are all needed for the photosynthesis to take place. And photosynthesis is actually an anabolic process. Anabolic is what? That is the building process and is an important component of bioenergetics in the living system. Photosynthesis happens in the leaf of a plant, and the chemical formula that we see while the process of photosynthesis is what? That the 6 carbon dioxide molecules join together in the presence of oxygen inside the leaf. It gets reacted with the water, and then as a result and also in the presence of chlorophyll it takes place. So as a result, glucose and oxygen will be released. Glucose will form and oxygen will be released. So here is the process. You can see that the sunlight is falling on the leaf. The water is being absorbed through the roots, and the process of photosynthesis takes place in the plants. Carbon dioxide is absorbed, glucose is formed in the plant, and oxygen is released as a byproduct. So the next thing about the photosynthesis is what? That photosynthesis, in it there is an intake of water and carbon dioxide. So what happened in it, that the intake of water and carbon dioxide, actually these are the raw materials of photosynthesis. So plants have the mechanism for the intake and transport of these raw materials. So water present in the soil is absorbed by the roots, as we see in this figure. The water is eventually transported to the leaves through the xylem vessels, and the air that enters leaf through tiny pores reaches into the air spaces present around the mesophyll cells. So as a result, the process of photosynthesis will be performed. Now coming towards the mechanism of photosynthesis, before that let me tell you that this is the whole process. This through this figure you can see that there is the carbon dioxide and the sunlight is falling on it, oxygen is being released. But what is actually happening inside the plant cells, we can see in the mechanism of photosynthesis.